Scribbles. What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. I am Scribbles, the artist and crocheter behind Eclectic Scribbles, and I just wanted to do a quick video today on how 2023 ended up for me versus what I thought it was going to be at the beginning of the year, and then what goals I have for 2024. So if you are interested in those things, then stick around. This is going to be sort of a quick video today. I just wanted to chat with you guys, so I'm not going to do anything or show anything important on the screen. If you want to just pop me on in the background and do your work while you listen to me ramble on, then that is perfectly fine with me, because that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to ramble. So at the beginning of 23, I had high hopes. I had some high hopes. So I had done one singular convention, which was a LuxCon in 2022. It was not the place for me. I did okay. I didn't break even. It was not the best in the world, but that really opened me up to wanting to find actual conventions and things like that were gonna fit my kind of art and my style. So my big goal in 2023 was to do at least 4 conventions, and the first one that I did was in March, and that was GalaxyCon Richmond, and I had such a blast there. It was so much fun. I really enjoyed it. It was so draining on me physically and mentally, but at the same time, I had such a good time. Okay, I might have lied. I may pop up a picture if I have one here. That is my very first convention setup, and it is so dark. It is so cluttered. It is so crazy looking. It was not cool. It was not good, but it's what I had, and it's what I had to work with, and I had a great time at that convention. So that made me so much more interested in doing more and more. So the next one that I did was Fayetteville Comic-Con, and that was a little bit of a bigger setup for me. I think they do 8-foot tables there rather than the 6-foot tables. I was like, people are actually interested in my plushies, I found out at Richmond, and I didn't think that there was a big market for that, and boy was I crazy. So I took a bunch of my plushies to the one in April, and it was just, people swarmed around my plushies, and it was so exciting for me. I'm like, oh my goodness, I didn't think that these were going to sell that well. I nearly sold out of plushies. I was making plushies while I was sitting there. It was crazy. It's so much better than even the GalaxyCon Richmond was, and I was selling my art. My table was so dark. I had the black sort of grid cubes, but I made it work, and I had such a freaking blast. It was awesome. Following that one, I did Heroes Con in Charlotte in June, and that is where my setup really started to change, and it really started to pop with brightness and color. And in that one, I had 2 tables. I had branched out on my 3rd convention into 2 tables instead of 1. I think they were 8-foot tables as well, but I'm not sure. So I had 2 tables, and that was fantastic. I had one that featured my art, and I had one that featured my plushes, and the sales there were even better than the sales before. So I was like gaining traction with every single convention, and I was building up my stuff with every single convention. Okay, so the back half of 23 went a little cray-cray, and people started to slow down on what they had to spend in their budgets. So the one following Heroes Con was Fairfax Comic-Con, and it was sort of Deadsville for me and everybody else. This was Fairfax's first year of doing a 2-day convention rather than the 1 day that they're offering, and they also did a big expansion as to how many vendors that were there, and it was really oversaturated for the amount of crowd that they normally get. So it was still profitable for us, but sales were definitely less, and the traffic there was a lot less. So Fairfax Comic-Con was a little bit shaky. Then we did Beer City Comic-Con, which is a first year Comic-Con in Asheville, North Carolina, and that one tanked. That one tanked really hard, and it wasn't for lack of trying, because I have said this time and time again, I literally saw the Beer City people at every convention that I went to, in Virginia, Georgia, and North Carolina. They were promoting like crazy. It just never got there. I barely profited. I barely broke even at this. And that is with Andy taking us out to eat and paying for the meals for that one. Because if I had to include the meals in that one, I definitely was in the negative. So not by much, but like $100 is $100. So we wouldn't have broken even if he hadn't paid for the meals. But you know, he likes to eat out and he likes to have some good food. So I wouldn't have spent that much if I were just by myself at the convention. But you know, it is what it is. Following that was Fayetteville Comic Con in October. And that one was slower, a lot slower than the one that came in the springtime, but still a good show for us. I really had so much fun at that one as well. I really enjoy those Comic Cons, so it was crazy. So I've already hit my goal and surpassed it of doing more, at least 4 conventions, because after Fayetteville Comic Con, I still did GalaxyCon Columbus in December. So in fact, I did more things in November and December than I think I did all year round, and it was jam-packed. It was crazy. I did my first ever local markets that weren't conventions. Those all pretty much went well. There's a couple that, you know, didn't get really any attendance, but the majority of them went really well. And I've got so many more planned for 2024 that it's crazy. I am going to be branching out a little bit more in the conventions that I do in 2024. This year exceeded my expectations in every way. I have gone from one dark and crowded and cluttered 6-foot table at my artist alleys to being set up in 10 by 10 booths and still possibly needing more space. That is how much my business has grown in this 1 year, which is fantastic. We started this new channel here on YouTube, which has been great because the old channel was flopping. It was flopping hard, and I really think it was because our old audience that doesn't watch anymore the algorithm was sort of taking that to believe that nobody wanted to see my content. Since we've moved over to the new channel, the people viewing my content has tripled, quadrupled, has been astronomically different. Where I was struggling to get 100 views on one single video after a week, I'm getting 100 views in a day, you know, on my stuff, and we're constantly growing over there. The growth has slowed down a little bit, but we're gonna get some good content out, and we're gonna make that a priority in 2024. So speaking of 2024, what are my goals? I have set myself an online sales goal that I want to meet in a monetary number, but I have also set goals for each specific month as far as average sales. So I have printed off a little sales tracker for each month. This has got hearts on it, and they're each numbered 1 through 50, and there are white hearts and there are purple hearts. There are 10 purple hearts on here. Yes, there are 10 purple hearts on here, and if your order falls on a purple heart, I'm going to throw in a special bonus gift for you, so you can see where they sort of land on the thing. But my overall goal by the time I hit December is to average at least 1 full page a month, so 50 sales per month on my web shop. I still get my Ribbler, I still get some Etsy orders or whatever, but my goal is to hit 50 on the web shop, and that would be fantastic. So this is going to be for my web shop. I am leaving Etsy to be digital only. Ribbler is digital only, so I won't have the information to send them gifts. But all of my patterns that you would find on Etsy or Ribbler are also on my website, so those will count towards this. But anyways, I want 50 new members or new orders per month. I've also ramped up, trimmed down and then ramped up my content for Patreon. So I have moved to digital only. There is a $5 tier and there is a $7 tier, and all of it is digital. You can join any tier that you want, but by the time I hit December 31st, I want to have 2 full sheets of this Patreon tracker, which is the same exact thing, filled up. So this is 50 new Patreon members. So by the end of June, I want to have this page filled up if possible. So if you are one of those people, I am going to be adding your names to this. And if you are one of my paid members now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put you on my tracker because I just want to have 100 plus in total. So I have been setting up content in digital form, so tutorials, extra videos, podcasts, coloring sheets, digital downloads, and all of that fun stuff. My crochet patterns, if you want new crochet patterns each month, jump on the $7 tier because that is where they're going to be offered. I'm going to do some crochet tutorials for my lefty besties out there, and it's going to be great. 2024 is going to be packed full of content. If you are not in my Discord, jump into my Discord. You can get to my Discord through the link below in the description box, and you can get into the Discord via Patreon because you'll get instant access if you join one of those paid tiers. But I have transformed my Discord into being a Patreon only Discord. So if you're in there, you're interested in either being a paid or a free member of my Patreon, but that's where we can chat, we can share things with each other. It's not a one-sided thing, like I'm not just throwing my stuff at you. We can actually interact as a community. So if you want to be part of that and get early access and all the real-time updates and stuff like that, then jump into the Discord, whether you're a free or paid member. There are paid sections within the Discord for the actual 2 tiers that I offer on Patreon, but the rest of the Discord server is open to anybody who's interested in being a paid or a free member and getting access to early stuff and bonus content and bonus downloads and stuff like that, because I will be giving my free members bonus downloads as well. So they're going to get an occasional freebie from me. But Patreon is going to be jam-packed, so jump over there so that I can put your little name on the little heart things. And anybody who wants to place an order, I am going to be tracking the orders starting January 1st, and this is where they're going to go. So I am super excited about that. I've also been doing this for a while, but I have been cash stuffing and doing my budget and my budgeting stuff, and I have several things coming today, but I have a cash envelope system. I am going to be offering some of these downloads as well through my Patreon, in addition to having them up for sale on my website. But anybody who's interested in budgeting or cash stuffing, let me know, because I can definitely put some of that content on as well. But I have got all of that set up, and it is great. It is helping me with my budget a lot. So let's see, what else do I want to do in 2024? I do have a sales goal in mind for my in-person events as well, which is very ambitious, but I hope that I can hit it. I really hope that I can hit it. I think that I can. So let's see, what other things am I going to do? I want 100 plus paid members on Patreon. So $5 or $7 a month. I mean, that's basically like a designer coffee. If you want to join me over there, I would appreciate it. It means the world to me. My Patreon has always been pretty much the driving force behind me, and that support means the absolute freaking world to me, even though we had a year of transition where we sort of went down in members, and now we're starting to build back up in paid and free members. So we are on the uptake, and I'm ready to keep it going. So thank you so much. It's because of my patrons that I have been able to bring YouTube content for so long. let's see, speaking of YouTube, I want to get us to 5,000 subscribers by the end of December, which is definitely doable. We have nearly 7,000 on the old channel, so I know that we can do 5K on this channel. Let's see, I want to get my TikTok to 25,000. I'm at 11.2K now. So I definitely think that that is a doable thing. I am going to put a lot more energy into curating my social media to where it's better, and curating my Instagram feed a little bit more. So look forward to that. I want my Instagram to hit 10K, which is a big stretch, because anybody who knows Instagram knows it is nearly impossible to get noticed on Instagram and blow up, but that's the plan. Let's see, I wanted to do at least 10 conventions this year. I think that I'm not sure how many I have booked so far. I think I have 8 booked, but I have more applications in that just haven't been decided on yet. So I don't see any issue with me hitting the 10 convention goal. I'm also going to be coordinating and hosting events for local markets, so I am going to be doing a lot of weekend stuff when it comes to in-person selling and in-person events. So my schedule, it gets really tight across the weekends, but I definitely plan on doing a lot of actual local markets as well. Event coordination was part of my goals for 2024. I've been talking to the local brewery and venue, and we have gotten together, and that's where I'm going to be hosting a lot of local markets and events. So I'm really excited about that. And then I want to make sure that I'm doing as much as I possibly can to be debt free for the most part in 2024. So as far as personal goals, that's going to be it. I want to make sure all of our credit cards are paid off and just at zero balance, if they can be at zero balance. That shouldn't be any issue at all. I also want to pay off my trailer in full, so I'm going to be making some extra payments on that. Screens went dark over here. You see the lighting change. But yeah, I want to pay my trailer off, basically have us debt free. We're probably going to be debt free with the exception of our new truck that we just bought. That was another thing in this year. We bought a trailer, an actual trailer, because we ran out of room in the SUV, and when the SUV couldn't pull the trailer without it ripping its guts out, we also bought a new truck. Well, new to us truck. So those were 2 big things that happened in 2023. It's been absolutely freaking crazy this year. The growth in this year has been ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous, in the best possible way. So with the exception of the truck, I want to have us debt free in 2024, so that in 2025 we can start saving for our forever home, because this house, let me go ahead and tell you, is falling apart. It is old. It is just, it's seen its day. Its day has come and gone. So I want to in 2025 start saving up for our forever home. Come the middle of the year, come August, we will have bought and paid for our tractor trailer, Andy's tractor trailer. It was a big expense. So speaking of my personal growth, his personal growth has been crazy as well. We have already, in the last 6 months, paid $21,000 towards a truck, a $50,000 truck. Is that crazy? Is that so crazy? I think it's crazy. But he will own his truck outright come July of this year. So there's another $30,000 that still needs to be paid, and it will be paid by the end of July. So that's crazy. We've had such a great year, and 2024 is going to be so fantastic, I hope. And yeah, it's I don't know what else to say. So I just want to build up my online presence as much as I am growing my in-person presence. I feel like I let my my social media down a little bit in 2023 when things started to get super crazy, but I want to make sure that that doesn't happen for 2024. I want to make sure I'm giving social media and YouTube all the attention that it deserves as well. So, yeah. Let's see. Do I have any other goals? I want to be putting out at least 2 patterns a month. So look forward to for those to come out. If you want the patterns for freezies, pretty much, then jump into the Patreon, because I'm going to be putting at least 1 pattern there every single month that you can get just by being one of the $7 members. And then if you don't want to be a part of Patreon, I will put them up elsewhere a little bit later. They'll come out later. But you will be able to purchase them separately. So if you want them when they first come out each month, and you want them as part of a bigger package that gives you all kinds of other content, then jump on to Patreon. I'm gonna give out bonus stuff in January as well. I've got a lot of stuff planned for just January, because that's when I'm gonna be starting to see hopefully some new members jump in and get ready to go with me, because we are gonna take this thing and we are going to grow the shit out of it through 2024. It's going to be freaking amazing, and I want you to be part of that journey. I want you to be part of that journey for $5 or $7 a month, and you're going to get the content that you really, really deserve. I'm so excited. All right, so speaking of January, I have put a few little goals into place. I want 50 web sales, which we've already talked about. I'm going to pay off my laser finally. That's the first thing that we're going to do for debt free. I'm going to actually pay off the last few $100s of my laser, and it's going to be paid for completely. I want at least 10 new paid Patreon members. So that's the tiny goal that we want to hit for the month of January. I want to hit to 400 on Instagram. I think we are right now at 340 something. Let's find out. So I'm breaking all of my big goals into down into sort of actionable goals and smaller milestones, so that it's really, really achievable. Check that out. 346. I was right. So I want to try to get from 346 to 400 in January. I want to get from 11.2K, which is where I'm at now. Let me get the actual number. 11,197. So just 3 people under 11.2. So 197. I want to grow to 12K on TikTok, and I want to bring us up to 700 on the YouTubes. We are currently sat at 661, so I definitely know that we can do that. I definitely know that we can hit 700. That is not an issue. I want to post on my social media at least 3 times a week, so be looking out for those posts. And I want to give you at least 4 YouTube videos every single month. If you want the bonus videos, again, they're going to be on Patreon, so check all of that out. But those are my goals. I'm going to be adding the budgeting stuff. Like I said, I am going to be adding all kinds of new products. I am going to be uploading and updating the shop in January to showcase all of the new products. As soon as January hits, I'm going to be photographing and doing the stuff to get ready to do a big shop update with all of the new items in the shop, because they're available in person, but I want you to have access to them in shop as well. So I am setting all of that up for January as well. So we're just gonna have an amazing freaking time. I think that's what's gonna happen. We're just gonna have a fantastic 2024. I think that's gonna wrap up today's video. That's all the rambling that I wanted to do. I just wanted to thank you guys from the bottom of my freaking heart and tell you I love your faces so much for the support that you have given me this year. It has been a roller coaster, and I couldn't do it without you guys. I could not do it without you guys. Whether you're loving me for free, or you're loving me as a paid member somewhere, or you've made an order, or whatever, it doesn't even matter. If you hit the subscribe button, that is supporting me, and I love you for it. If you hit the thumbs up button, support, I love you for it. If you're going through and making a comment on here or on my social media, that really boosts us up in these algorithms, and it has made all the difference in the world. So yeah, just thank you. I'm going to post this. I'm am going to post this on the old channel as well. So if you are on our old channel, I'm speaking to you directly for this one last video. This is a goodbye to our old channel. I won't be posting any more on it ever. We're just gonna let her go. We're just gonna let her go. Oh, now my battery is dying, so I'm gonna let you all go. Drop a purple heart down in the comments if you made it to the end. I love your faces so much. Jump over onto Discord for free, Patreon if you wanted support for $5 or $7 a month and get all of those goodies and all of that access. I love you. I love you so much. Let's rock 2024. Let's rock that bitch. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.